Now at 10, details on a possible shortage of marijuana for some Missouri dispensaries. Plus, the Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas raises awareness on CanCare Medicaid changes. And a former Webb City baseball standout fields a big comeback from Missouri Southern. Highlights in sports.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Cherokee County Sheriff's Office today say they've arrested someone hiding out in a rural Baxter Springs home. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. In May of last year, 46-year-old James Thompson pled guilty in Cherokee County District Court to felony criminal threat. Thompson was ordered to turn himself in to serve a 16-month sentence, but he did not show. And authorities today found him and arrested him on the new charge of aggravated escape from custody. Police have arrested a suspect in yesterday's Joplin shooting. Today's arrest is for the shooting on the 1800 block of West 20th Street that put one man in the hospital yesterday morning. At last report, the victim was in stable condition with a gunshot to the thigh. Now the JPD says they've arrested one man in that case. The suspect is in the city jail, but authorities have not yet filed formal charges. A crash in St. Louis today leaves 5 police officers and a child hurt. 3 Lake St. Louis police officers and 2 St. Charles County police officers were blocking traffic on Interstate 70 when a passing Jeep hit them. Missouri State Highway Patrol trooper says a 2-year-old was inside the Jeep. The child and the 5 officers who were hurt were taken to the hospital. 3 of the officers' injuries are serious. The other 2 are minor. No word on the child's condition. Some marijuana dispensaries in Missouri are experiencing a shortage in product since demand has been higher after the legalization of recreational marijuana. Green Relief Dispensary in Nevada, Missouri has experienced more demand with products since legalization of recreational marijuana in February. The dispensary's chief operating officer says the team anticipated the number of customers would rise and prepared by adding equipment, staff, and product in stores. Currently, the company is stocking up as much as possible each week to avoid missing the needed products.
It's more of a case-by-case basis. Like I said, it's not your traditional retail or grocery model where, Snickers and Reese's peanut butter cups are always available. It's because we're dealing with plants, certain strains and certain quantities are available this week. And then, certain strains and quantities are not available this week.
Hackett believes over the next few months or even weeks, some suppliers should have more product coming out that would stabilize the supply and the demand. Freeman Health System's Ozark Center hosted a discussion on the importance of staying connected while rehabbing from a drug addiction. The center hosts a monthly series focusing on family, friends, and loved ones impacted by substance abuse. And today's meeting was called Getting and Staying Connected. It aims to help people in recovery have the support and communication they need from their loved ones.
It's not about just quitting using, it is about changing behavior and learning that there's a whole lot that goes into it, changing behaviors, changing patterns, avoiding situations, and just thinking about there is so much that recovery isn't just about stopping using.
That meeting was at Central Christian Church in Joplin. The city of Goodman, Missouri wants to make some energy changes at its wastewater plant. The mayor and employees of the plant want to change its energy source to solar panels. Mayor J.R. Fisher says the overall price for that panel project is $179,000. He says it'll save the city more than $700,000 over its lifetime, which could go toward whatever the city needs done.
We could, it's just planning for the future. We do it like this, save some money, and we could always grow out there. If we need to grow, there's plenty of room to grow, to add more panels or whatever the case may be. There's plenty of room to do that.
Fisher says they have $240,000 in American Rescue Plan Act funds for infrastructure to pay for those panels. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for our first look at the weather.
Well, Dal, it turned out to be a great day for us today. Plenty of sunshine across the region. Temperature is fantastic. A little bit on the breezy side, but 65. Cold start, 29 this morning, but right where we should be for this time of the year. And there's not a whole bunch going on right now. We do have a few mid and upper level clouds, but this is increasing due to our storm system out to the west, which will start to affect us during the daytime hours tomorrow. All right, Stockton 46, but Anderson at 60. It's 58 in Miami, but 48 in Pittsburgh. I think most of us will drop back mid 40s later on tonight, a low of 45, but right back up pushing 60 by 10 a.m. We are going to get a lot of clouds starting to increase through the day. All right, so the winds really are going to increase. Warming up next 2 days, thunderstorm chances tomorrow night into Friday, a low severe threat. Of course, we're going to break this all down for you here in just a bit.
See you soon. School districts are busy securing new teachers for next school year when nationwide there's a shortage of educators to fill openings. Reporter Sean Logan went to Wichita Public Schools where teachers were welcomed with celebration as they look to teach in the district.
Okay, it's official.
This is a big day for Katie Brooks, as Tuesday she finalized a job offer for when she graduates.
I can finish my student teaching with the clarity and the weight taken off my shoulders.
She is one of 38 new teachers at Wichita Schools signing day, signing open contracts to work in the district this fall. Katie will be a pre-K mixed abilities teacher.
I had dyslexia undiagnosed for the longest time, so for me specifically going into SPED and being somebody who is part of the early intervention, you know, being pre-K, I needed those services as a child, and I got those when I was in middle school, so being somebody who can help catch that early on.
Last October, the state reported more than 1,600 vacancies, special education and elementary having the most openings.
Teacher shortage is real, but what I really like most about this is that we are really optimistic at a time when a lot of school districts are struggling to find enough teachers to cover their classrooms.
A Kansas Board of Regents task force earlier this year put together a list of recommendations to address the statewide teacher shortage with a focus on recruitment and retention.
Our new teachers is that they get a mentor for the first 2 years they're here. So no other school district in Kansas is doing that.
Katie is really eager to start this opportunity and making a difference in kids' lives.
Dive deeper into what I've just dipped my toe in so far. So all the knowledge, I'm like a sponge right now, just soaking all of it up.
The Wichita School District says they send recruiters to multiple state and college campuses to find new teachers. There are some 60 openings they're working to fill before next fall. On Friday, thousands of Kansans are at risk of losing their Medicaid coverage as Medicaid renewals are coming back. More than 500,000 KanCare recipients are on the verge of losing their eligibility for Medicaid as the state moves forward with eligibility redeterminations for more KanCare recipients. The process has been referred to in several ways, including unwinding and eligibility reviews. Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas is trying to bring awareness to the community.
This affects everybody that currently has a Medicaid plan because they have not done renewals over the last couple of years. Everyone who currently is enrolled in Medicaid coverage, again, KanCare, Sooner Care, Mo Health Net, or CHIP.
Some patients will no longer be eligible due to income, age, or health status change. Coming up, Donald Trump appeals a court ruling concerning efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Plus, Pope Francis in the hospital tonight for health issues, the latest, and we take a look at his past health concerns. Following this week's Nashville school shootings involving the deaths of 3 young children, Congress shows little appetite for breaking the impasse over gun control. Democrats Ed Markey and Alyssa Slotkin introduced a bill to fund research into the causes of gun violence alongside school shooting survivors. The Nashville school shooting is the 13th so far this year alone. With the nationwide overdose crisis near record levels, the FDA today took the extraordinary step of approving the over-the-counter sale of Narcan. It's the first time the federal agency has ever supported a treatment for opioid overdoses without a prescription. Narcan blocks the effects of opioids on the brain by preventing them from attaching to nerve receptors. It's more than 90% effective. Former President Trump is appealing a court ruling that would force several of his former aides to testify before a grand jury. That's according to 2 sources familiar with the matter. The grand jury is conducting a criminal investigation into efforts to overturn the 2020 election. The mid-March ruling rejected Trump's privilege claims for multiple former members of his White House, including former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. 86-year-old Pope Francis is in the hospital tonight with a respiratory infection. Vatican officials say it is not COVID-19. Reporter Danya Bacchus has details and a look back at his past health issues.
The Vatican says Pope Francis was hospitalized with a respiratory infection on Wednesday. The 86-year-old has had difficulty breathing in recent days and will spend the next few days receiving treatment at this nearby hospital in Rome. Just hours earlier, the pontiff appeared to be in good spirits, kissing babies as he welcomed the crowd for his weekly audience.
Recemos por los migrantes.
The Pope asked for prayers for the 38 victims of a fire at a border detention center in Mexico. Afterwards, Francis did appear to be in some pain as he was helped into the Pope-mobile, though he does also have leg and knee issues. Born Jorge Maria Bergoglio in 1936, part of his lung was removed at 21 years old due to a respiratory infection. In 2021, Francis underwent intestinal surgery at the same hospital where he is now. He became Pope 10 years ago this month, replacing Pope Benedict, who resigned, citing his age and the demands of the job. At the White House, President Biden says he is concerned for his dear friend.
The Pope is ill now, so say an extra prayer for him.
It's unclear if Francis will be healthy enough to lead the upcoming Holy Week observations, beginning with Palm Sunday and ending with Easter. Danya Bacchus, CBS News.
The Vatican has canceled the Pope's audiences through Friday. A little bit later, we're going to visit a fair for Vietnam War veterans in Nevada.
Plus, our temperatures are warming up. Also, the winds are increasing. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, another nice day for us today. Temperatures fantastic, mid-60s for highs. A little breezy out there, but plenty of sunshine, and we still have clear skies right now. Nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, Indigo just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, let's zoom in. Temperatures across the region. It's 50 in Nevada, it's 58 in Neosho, 60 in Anderson still, 48 in Pitt. We have Neodesha sitting at about 54 degrees. Most of us will drop mid-40s later on tonight. We can go out 7th and Rangeline sitting at 54. Humidity is at 49%. Now the winds, those are really going to increase as we go through the next 12 hours, really. By morning, we're going to have the winds gusting kind of 20 to 25, but they increase 30 to 40 by tomorrow evening. They continue to go up through tomorrow night, 40 to 50 miles per hour, and then the winds stay very strong all the way into Friday. We have a dry line that pushes through early afternoon on Friday. So behind that dry line, the humidity drops. And when you have strong winds like this, we'll have a fire danger Friday afternoon and evening, which you definitely want to keep in the back of your mind. All right, we look good out there right now. Pretty much clear skies, just a few mid and upper level clouds kind of thickening up ahead of our next storm system, the western third of the country. And this system will start to affect us late in the day on Thursday and then into Thursday night. So any showers that would pop up tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, very, very low severe threat. Not really worried about it, but a very low severe threat across the region. As we go into Friday, the greater threat's going to be central Missouri. On the Missouri and the Arkansas side, we'll have a low severe threat. And this is mainly going to be early afternoon, but I'm not really concerned about this. 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., not worried. I'm going to keep all of the threats low. We're just going to kind of keep our eyes on that as we go into the next 24 to 36 hours. All right, let's go through tonight. Mid-40s by morning. Clouds will start to increase through the morning hours. As we get into the afternoon, we may get a spotty shower or two. Temperatures into the mid-60s. Tomorrow evening into tomorrow night, again, a few scattered showers, maybe a scattered thunderstorm into Friday morning. I still think we'll get some scattered showers popping up Friday morning, but I think the bulk of the four-state area, we don't get much rain out of this system at all. Once we get to about the noon hour on Friday, our dry line is going to be right out here. So it's going to push east. So early afternoon, we may get a couple little thunderstorms pop up in our eastern counties, but most of the action is going to be just east of the region and then really get going as it goes through central Missouri. But look at our temps. We're into the 70s for highs. All right, day planner for you tomorrow. Not bad, just a lot of clouds and windy. But we get 65, 3 p.m., 64. By 5 p.m., those rain chances will start to sneak up tomorrow evening into Friday morning, but they're not real high chances because it's very spotty showers and thunderstorms across the region. All right, 66 tomorrow, 74 Friday, morning showers. We clear out for the weekend. Saturday, a little chilly, but a great day, 72 on Sunday. Thunderstorms back in late Monday and Tuesday. Those are going to have a severe threat, even lasting into Wednesday, and then some showers the rest of the week. So a lot of rain chances next week.
Yeah, pretty much every day, at least a chance.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Doug. Organizations and businesses gathered in Nevada, Missouri today for the Vietnam Veterans Fair. The fair is a chance for the organizations to share the services they provide to veterans, and the fair has been put together multiple times.
We partnered with the VFW Auxiliary 3 separate times, 2009, 2016, and then again this year, to provide a benefits fair to show the veterans what some of the agencies can provide to them and get them the help and services they need.
All veterans were welcomed to the fair. The Knights of Columbus Don Roderick Council 7307 presented a check to Community Services of Missouri today. That check worth more than $800. It'll go towards services the organization offers, such as early childhood and case management.
So money like this helps us further our mission to give our individuals opportunities to integrate in our community, to learn life skills, to make meaningful friendships, and overall increase their overall quality of life.
The Community Support Services of Missouri offers many services to people with developmental disabilities. Still ahead, Pitt State baseball hits the field for a non-conference game against Missouri S&T. And a big comeback for Missouri Southern against Southwestern Oklahoma State. Jacob Leonard has those highlights and more coming up.
The Missouri Southern Lions have been one of the best baseball teams in the country so far this season. The Lions are 24-7 overall and tied for first place in the MIAA with a 14-3 league record. Now, today, Southern has cracked the top 5 in the nation, sitting at number 4 in the latest NCBWA poll. Now, the Lions are on the field this evening facing Southwestern Oklahoma State in a non-conference game. Now, Southern was down 9-2 going to the 4th, but then the bats get going in the 4th. Garrett Rice sends a shot over the fence and left. 3-run jack. Game gets interesting. Lions only down 9-6. Now to the 5th, Matt Miller. No doubter here. Solo homer makes it 9-7. Southern creeps back in this game. Still in the 5th. Lions down 9-7 until Webb City's own Tragan Parker turns on this one over the scoreboard. Ball is long gone. 2-run homer ties the game, but Parker not done there. We go to the 6th inning now. Lions leading 10-9. Parker gets one up in the wind. It's also gone. Tragan Parker, 2 homers, 5 RBIs today. The Lions erase a 7-run deficit and win this one 16-11. The Pittsburgh State Gorillas 1 game back in first place coming into the day. Also in action facing Missouri S&T. Early defense here for the Gorillas. Connor Locke starts the double play. Jay Stewart turns it. Gorillas clear the bases. Now bottom half, they're down 1. Dagan Brady knocks one into center. Joe Hamilton comes in to score. This game tied at 1 after 1. All the way to the 7th now. The Gorillas down by 4 runs, but they start to get back in it. Nixon Brannon back up the middle. It's Hamilton crossing the plate again. It's now 7-4. Back down 9-4 in the 8th. Hamilton comes through with the bases loaded. Liner to center, scores Carson Coffey and Cade Clemens. Pitt State gets within 2 going to the 9th, but the Miners get 4 more in the 9th to win 13-7. The Gorillas have dropped back-to-back games and will be on the road against Central Oklahoma this weekend.
Very good baseball team. They're on a little bit of a roll right now. They've scored a bunch of runs in the last 3 games, so you're going to have to go play well. You know, we got to pitch a lot better than we have, and we got to be more efficient at the plate. It's up to them. You know, I mean, they got to figure it as a team. You know, we'll have a quick talk here in a minute, but it's up to them to go play the right way. I got no problem with losing. I got problem how we're losing, so it's up to us to do the little things.
Well, tomorrow is opening day for Major League Baseball. Both the Kansas City Royals and St. Louis Cardinals will be in action tomorrow afternoon, both playing at home in their first games of the season. And the Cardinals have an interleague series to start their schedule against the Toronto Blue Jays. Game 1 of that series will be at 3:10 tomorrow afternoon. Miles Michaelis will be on the mound for the Cardinals. Also at 3:10 tomorrow, Kansas City Royals open their season against the Minnesota Twins. It's game 1 of a 3-game series between the AL Central rivals. Zach Greinke will get the start for Kansas City, and at 39 years old, he will be the oldest opening day starter in franchise history for the Royals. And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news right after the break.
You know, some of us can kind of relate to the Colorado checkered lip-tailed lizard. Yeah. New studies suggest the female lizard tends to eat when stressed. The study says the lizards in southeastern Colorado are subjected to a lot of noise from U.S. Army flyovers, and the loud noises, well, causes her to stress eat. How did scientists figure that out? Well, in 2021, they observed dozens of lizards during flyovers. They caught them, collected blood samples from 82 females, and they found elevated levels of the stress hormone cortisol in the blood samples. Researchers determined that the female lizard becomes highly interested in food during flyovers.
Okay.
So those lizards want to blame their weight gain on something, and it's those flyovers.
There you go.
And flies too, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, the weather.
Not bad tonight. Mid-40s, 66 tomorrow. Could get a few scattered showers late in the day, and then a few scattered thunderstorms tomorrow night into Friday morning. Very windy next 2 days. 74 though on Friday, clearing out, setting up shop for a pretty good weekend.
Looks good. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.